Sri Mata Saranam Mama, Sri Aravind Saranam Mama. My pranam to all the children of the mother. I have received some questions. First question is, it is said that the youth should concentrate exclusively on the building of their career, and the spirituality is a thing to be practiced during the later stage of life after discharging all family and social responsibilities. How far this viewpoint is right? This is the viewpoint of majority. They say that spirituality should be kept in the last phase of our life after discharging all our responsibilities towards family and society. But we don't know actually what spirituality is. Spirituality gives us the knowledge what for we are here. Lord has created this whole universe and it is not meaningless. There is a purpose behind it. Each one of us has a purpose. And if we don't fulfill that purpose, our life is miserable. Whatever we become. We can become a prime minister or whatever it become. But what for I have been made for? If I am not that, in spite of everything with me, I will be miserable. So the spirituality first gives us the knowledge what for I am here. Then you can take decision accordingly. But unfortunately, we say that spirituality is in the last phase of our life. So how you can choose your way of life, what you want to become? We choose according to the social demand, prestige, what family wants. They are not meant for us. Because every person is a unique, having a unique mission to fulfill. That the divine alone knows. Who is the creator, he knows. And unless and until we attune with him, we will not know what for we are here. You see, everything, these are all man-made things. Even there is a purpose. It is created by the man. There is a purpose that what I speak, it will reach to you. There is a house. There is a purpose we are staying here. There is a vehicle. There is a purpose. It will take you to the different places. If the house will tell, no, I am getting bored with staying in one place. I want to move like a vehicle. What will happen to this house? It will collapse because it is not made for that. Similarly, if the vehicle will tell that I am bored with moving here and there, I want to remain like a home, then it will be useless for us. We will sell it to the repairing garage or somewhere. Oh, you are no more useful. It is the same thing with us. Divine has made us. We are taking birth for a particular mission, particular purpose. But nobody is giving time for that. And Sri Aurobindo says that is the cause of the whole misery of the modern man. He has developed from the one angle, science has developed to the maximum. At the same time, the misery is also to the maximum. Why all the comforts are not making us happy? Because where we are not there. Where we should be, we are not there. Everybody has just like you imagine a vehicle. Every part has a role. No part can replace other part. And if they are misplaced, imagine what will happen. If the wheel will be placed at the where steering is there, and steering where the wheel is there, and conductor will be in the driver's seat, and driver will be in the passenger seat, what will happen to our journey? It is the same with us. We are not placed in a where we are to be placed, because our attention is outward. Where maximum money I will receive, where I will establish myself, I will get a Nobel Prize, or like that. All the ambitions. Ambitions are driving me, not aim. Aim and ambition, there is a difference. Aim means what for I am, I want to become. That is aim of life. Ambition means what is attracting me from outside, I want to become. That is ambition. So everybody is running after ambition. And they are getting everything, but life is not peaceful. There is not a single man who can declare that whatever I am getting from the outside is giving me peace of life. It is not possible. Because peace is with you when you are properly placed in the total universe. When you are properly placed in the total universe and you are functioning well there. In that place, if you are functioning well, if the wheel is not functioning well in its own place, then the vehicle will not run properly. First is, it has to be placed in proper place, and then its own perfection. So these two elements, where I need to be, and there I will try to do my best. These two things, if not achieved, you will get everything, but you will feel that you are big zero. Those who are not getting their small zero, and those who are getting their big zero, what is the difference? Ultimately zero. So, the first attitude should be, I must know spirituality from the beginning. From my birth, I want to know that who am I? And this was not new to us. This is not new to us. Our ancient education was like this. Unfortunately, we have forgotten. Whenever Sri Rama went to his guru, Vasishtha, he was inside the cottage and door was closed. He knocked the door. From inside, Vasishtha asked, who are you? If I would have been there, I could have said that Nirakar and so a qualification. Generally we say like that. But Sri Rama told, that is what I wanted to know from you. You see, he is the son of great king Dasaratha. He could have said that I am the son of the great Dasaratha. But that is not true identification. That is not actually he. It is only his external situational position, that's all. Nothing else. That is why he said that I wanted to know who am I. And Vasishtha came, opened the door, and said, right student. A student is he who wants to know himself first. But unfortunately, we want to know the world first. We don't know about ourselves. Our ancient education never told like this. First you know yourself, then you will know everything, from near to far. This is the principle of education, from near to far. You first know yourself, then you can know everything. So that is the principle of our education from the beginning. Now it is deviated. Now again the time has come for us to know ourselves first. How can we will know ourselves? Every day, mother says, 1 hour you can give for yourself. We are not giving ourselves time for ourselves. Ourselves does not mean that how I will earn money, I will eat. That is not myself. Ourself means what I am within. I have two lives together, external life and inner life. So, if inner life is not given proper food, there is an imbalance. There should be a proper balance between outer life and inner life. And once inner life is fulfilled, accordingly outer life will be fulfilled. There is an effort, but in accordance with the inner life, the outer life will flourish. Then only the life will be peaceful. So we can start every day. Mother said that nowadays everybody is busy. Busy for what? Busy for outer things. But we will not carry them after our life. Whatever you earn, you have to live. Everything you have to live. Only one thing you carry with yourself, that is the connection with your inner life. That is cumulative. From every birth to birth, it is cumulative. But unfortunately, our property of the inner life is zero. So that is the practice we have to do every day. We have to concentrate. Concentrate within. It is very difficult task. 1 minute concentration is very difficult. You can speak for 1 hour, that is easy. But 1 minute silence is very difficult. Because at that time only all disturbances will enter into you. But once you achieve that, you will slowly recognize the meaning of your life and how to save your life accordingly. So spirituality is the first thing. With that, we move onwards to everything. Nothing is rejected. According to Sri Aurobindo, matter is as real as the Brahman. Matter is not false, but it has to be guided by the Brahman. If it is disconnected from the Brahman, the matter itself will give us the painful things. When it is connected with the Brahman, Brahman means the origin, source, or what we call divine or God, whatever it is. When it is connected with the divine, the matter itself will reflect or manifest the divine qualities, that is Satchitananda. That is what Sri Aurobindo said in Savitri. Matter shall reveal the spirit space. Even body shall remember God. So this is the life we should lead. Somehow we have forgotten, but time has come again that we have to concentrate our life first from within to without. The next question is, I am a newcomer student. Whenever I am unable to answer the questions asked by someone, and also when I don't get the proper output in my research work, I feel depressed. How can I make myself free from depression? Actually, in our life, there is no failure. Failure comes to us when we accept it as a failure. Otherwise, there is no failure. In boxing, you would have seen that when he falls down, he is not declared as he is defeated. When he accepts that, yes, I cannot fight more, then only they declare that he is defeated. In the life also, same thing. Thousands times you may fall. That is not a failure. When you accept it as a failure, saying that, oh, I cannot, for you that is a failure. And from there the depression, the all sort of negativity enters. Even you take wrong steps. The great men and ordinary men, there is only one difference. Great men have so many failures, more than us. But they faced failures as a fuel for their greater success. When Thomas Edison tried for a bulb we are enjoying, 21st time he achieved that what he wanted to. And many people said that after 20 failures you have achieved your goal. He said no. That is a knowledge for me. Through 20 methods or ways of discovery, I could know that bulb, my mission is successful only because of these knowledges. They are not failures, they are the knowledge leading to the final success. So whenever I am unable to give any answer, whenever I don't have the proper output in my research work, that is not a failure. That allows me to go more and more within. Generally, what we call failure, that gives more opportunity to go within. In case of success, we are excited. We run to the media saying that, oh, I have achieved this and I have achieved that. That is only a failure period when we are externalized much more. But in case of failure, what you call failure, at that time you have the opportunity to go within. Why this has happened? Why I was unable to speak, give answer? Why there is no output for my research work? So this attitude you have to change. Depression is a poison. It will kill the man from within. Never allow the depression within you. Never. You see, big industrialists nowadays are making suicide. I have read some. Because depression. They have achieved so many things, but for a certain thing, depression entered into them and they made a suicide. All these things. So never allow any depression to enter into you. Always remain positive. Because you are not alone. Your capacity is not the ultimate for you. There is greater universe, unlimited force. You are attuned with that. You don't know. So, once you are free from depression, once you have the self-confidence, then you are attuned with the infinite energy which is behind you. You will achieve the impossible. So always have self-confidence, believe on yourself, and finally believe in the origin, that is the divine. Because everything is there. We have the capacity, but we have the limited capacity. Just like a motorcycle, it has a fuel tank. How far it can go? Ultimately, it has to go to the petrol bunk. Similarly, we have our own petrol bunk, petrol tank, but we have the greater infinite source that is called divine. We have to attune it with itself. So there is a beautiful life awaiting for us. Always attune yourself with the source. Just like you see the planets, they are always connected with the sun, that is the source. That is why they are functioning. If one planet will think, no, I want freedom, I don't want to be bound by the sun, what will happen to it? So always you remember that we must attune ourselves with the source. That source is called divine or God, whatever it is. How can you attune yourself with the God? If you believe it is easy, always remember Him. Slowly you will have the attunement. If you don't believe in God, Mother gave the alternatives. When Auroville wanted to get registration from UNO, all countries signed except Soviet Union. Soviet Union said that we don't believe in God, why you should sign, this is a spiritual institution. Then Mother said, do you believe in perfection? Do you believe in progress? They said yes. So for you, that is the divine. So always believe in perfection, always believe in progress, inner perfection. That will lead to the divine. If you don't believe in the divine, there is alternative. We must believe in our inner perfection. We must believe in our inner progress. Then that will also lead us to the right path. It has been observed that some elite people who excel in the society fall into the prey of depression and even make suicidal attempts. What is the cause and remedy of such act? Sri Aurobindo said, however you are great, intellect has one-sided vision. Whatever accomplishment it might have, but it is one-sided vision. It cannot have the total vision. To have the total vision, one must go beyond the time and space dimension. As long as we are in the time and space dimension, we can see the totality. As long as we are on the earth, we cannot see that earth is round. You have to go above the earth, then only you can see that earth is round. So however one may reach at the intellectual level, that is one-sided vision. So with one-sided vision, when he walks confidently towards something, he leaves many things without his knowledge. And they later on come to his life as a problem because he has not dealt with. Whatever you are not dealing with yourself, it will come and stand in front of you as a problem. So many problems when will come to one person, what will happen? Naturally, he will lose his confidence and depression is waiting. He will say, may I come in, sir, into your life? So these things are happening. So one must have the intellect, but must have the aspiration to go beyond intellect. Go beyond time and space, because intellect is always in the sphere of time and space dimension. It cannot go beyond. Scientists, they cannot go beyond the time and space dimension, whatever they achieve. But the truth is beyond time and space. So unless and until we go beyond time and space, we cannot see the totality. And unless we see the totality, we cannot face the life integrally. And that is the source of all difficulties and problems, and that makes us miserable. Whoever he may be. He may excel in the society, but his vision is one-sided. That is the problem. Another question is it right to speak about spirituality to others without spiritual experiences and realizations? There are two categories of people. One category, they have the realizations and experiences. And another category, those who aspire for that. There are two categories. Those who have the experiences, they can ignite spirituality in others. They have the power to ignite the spirituality in others. Those don't have the experiences and realization, they cannot ignite the spirituality in others, but since they have the interest, they have the sincerity, they have the aspiration, they create the same vibration in others. If I am not a realized person, but I have the aspiration, if I speak something, in my words, those aspirations are also going through to you and creating a vibration that you will also feel the same thing what I feel. Because I can give only that which I have. I have the aspiration. Whatever I speak, that aspiration will definitely flow to you. So you will feel that I also like spiritual life. So those who do not have the experiences, they can also talk about spirituality, but they cannot ignite the spirituality. They can only inspire the spiritual life to others. Both are required. Sometimes I feel that something bad is going to happen. And after some days, my feeling comes true. Is such feeling comes from my sixth sense, or is it something else? What should I do when I get such things? In 99 cases, it is the fear that makes possible. Negativity attracts the negativity. The thing you fear, that happens in your life. And when that happens, we think that it is sixth sense. Not sixth sense. It is only we have created out of fear. In the very rare cases, those who have done sadhana, they can have the sixth sense, they can say something, and they have the power to change also, to some extent. So, in major cases, whenever you have some feeling that something bad is going to happen, don't give importance. Forget it. Offer to the divine if you believe in divine. Then probably that will not happen. But if you think that it will definitely happen, because I have seen, and in the past it was always happening, so you definitely will create another catastrophe in your life. So don't give importance to those negative things. Even if there is a reality, that reality will be reduced if you don't give any importance. If there is any truth in it, that will also be reduced if you don't give any importance. So these were the questions asked by students. Very nice questions. I hope if you have some other questions, you can ask me. I will answer.